Again, I'm now honored to invite Dr. Douglas Lowy, Acting Director of the National Cancer Institute. I assume Doug is here.
Right here.
To share his remarks. And of course, before we let Dr. Lowy speak, need to say a few words about him because he's pretty incredible and done some things you may not know. In addition to serving as the Acting Director of the NCI, Dr. Lowy is a true scientific pioneer with well-recognized accomplishment in the development of research leading to vaccines in the for human papillomavirus. Essentially, decades, generations of Americans have Dr. Lowy to thank for developing vaccines to prevent cancer, potentially saving millions and millions of people. As acting director of the NCI, he has helped focus greater attention on glioblastoma and other recalcitrant cancers. So thank you so much, Dr. Lowy, for being here.
Good evening, everyone. I really want to thank David, Senator McSally, Senator Graham, and the other senators for making Glioblastoma Awareness Day possible. This really is an incredible moment. And I want to say that although we at the NCI are supporting the research that we hope is going to lead to major breakthroughs, we can't do it alone. Two very important components are, first, the bipartisan strong support from the House and the Senate for biomedical research in general, cancer research in particular, and glioblastoma research in particular. But in addition, the value of advocacy, people such as David Aarons and many other people who have had loved ones that they have lost or people that they are taking care of right now. All of you, really, it requires everyone in order for us to make progress against this disease. I can tell you that today, not only is Glioblastoma Awareness Day, but we had a very important meeting of our Clinical Trials Advisory Committee today and got a report from the Glioblastoma Working Group. And I can tell you, we have been working in this area for a long time, but although we are making a lot of progress in many other cancers, glioblastoma is one of the cancers where we still need to move the needle. And the report from the group gave us several different recommendations. The first is that we're actually doing a pretty good job of testing those drugs that are becoming available for clinical trials in people with glioblastoma. But where we haven't been doing enough is in order to develop the pipeline. The pipeline is really key so that we have more drugs to test. And an important aspect of that is to actually have very good preclinical models for testing so that when we go to do clinical trials in people, that we have a high likelihood and expectation that these drugs are actually going to work. Another critically important recommendation from the report is quality of life, where the patient-reported outcomes are absolutely key. This is true for all people with cancer, but especially for people with brain cancer. And so this is another area. And the NCI is dedicated to trying to accomplish all of this with your help. If I may mention, in addition to Senator McCain, obviously Senator Kennedy also lost his life to this terrible disease, and as many of you know, he was the younger brother of John F. Kennedy. And I would like to, on the 50th anniversary of the first actual moonshot, to just refine his words where he was talking about going to the moon. We choose to study glioblastoma not because it is easy, but because it is hard. Because the goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we are willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one which we intend to win. Thank you so much for asking me to participate, and thank you for being here.